Hey guys, Annika here, and I want to do a quick video about all the Lana Del Rey stuff that's going on today on Twitter, IG, Facebook, on Google, whatever. But before I get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on my page if you like what I do here. And also, I am so sorry for not releasing a Insecure episode, was it episode 6 review of Low Key Moving On. I plan on releasing that review along with Molly's episode coming out this Sunday to kind of do a comparison between the two. So without further ado, let's jump into this quick commentary on everything that's going on with Lana Del Rey. Not sure if you guys are familiar, but Lana recently posted on her IG kind of an opinion piece about the culture of music right now, and she talks about the fact that artists like Beyonce, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki, etc. Now that they all have number one hits, can Lana Del Rey go back to singing about what she usually sings about, which is her relationships? Before I go any further, I am a Lana Del Rey fan. I do enjoy her music. I read her IG post about 2 times trying to get a better understanding of what she was going for. And long story short, what I got out of it was that she feels as though within the last decade of her career that she's received a lot of misinterpretation of her music, of her art. Basically, people saying that she glamorizes abuse in her music. I'm not sure if anyone's ever listened to a Lana Del Rey song. It is very lovey-dovey, toxicity kind of vibe, but that's really what she goes for. It's very earthy, kind of fantasy 1940s meets kind of a modern, very slow, melodic, like love song. She's really inspired by the 1940s and 1960s. However, back to her critique on the culture. She just feels like she gets a lot of criticism for glamorizing abuse and that it's not fair now that we have other women in music that have hit the top charts and they have number one hits who often sing about maybe sex, cheating, and love as well. I would encourage everyone to go to her actual IG page and read the post. Um, my opinion on what Lana is saying, long story short, don't hate the player, hate the game. If Lana Del Rey has an issue with the music industry as a whole, she needs to take that up with the music industry. There was no reason for her to insert Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Doja Cat, Megan, all these other women into her critique of the culture. These women, especially, oh my God, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, especially those two, have received a shit ton, of backlash about the type of music they put out and how they put it out. You know, they've been told they show too much skin. Their outfits are too provocative. I'm not sure if you guys remember was that 2018 or 2019? I think it was 2018 Super Bowl. Was it 2018 or 2017? I can't remember. Anyway, whatever Super Bowl it was where Beyonce did Formation, where she's basically, calling out police brutality, the killing of black men and women. She had her whole like militant performance. She received like legitimate death threats after that. I would I would argue that women in general get a lot of backlash for simply just being artists in what's a heavily male dominated field, whether it's showing too much of their skin or whatever, whether it's singing about whatever they sing about. So for Lana to basically miss the mark on what she was trying to say, I don't think Lana isn't able to put out music. Her music is actually pretty good. I mean, I enjoy it. If Lana wants to start singing about cheating and like shaking her ass, she can do that. No one's stopping her from doing that. I just think this was the wrong platform to voice those opinions. Like it just came off kind of like haterish. Like, are you hating because these women have number ones and they're making the type of music that you don't make? Or are you trying to point out a flaw in a system, saying that it's a shame that female artists have to make this type of music to get to number one? However, that completely negates the fact that what if they enjoy making this music? Like, Lana, you enjoy making like sad, love, toxic music. You enjoy that. No one's saying you can't do it. So why are you essentially trying to crucify other women for making a certain type of music that got them to the top. I don't know. It's a weird one. I think Megan. Oh my god, I said Megan. I think Lana could have taken this opportunity to say something really insightful about the trappings of the music industry. Instead, it just came off like a "woe it's me" type of vibe, and we didn't really need that. Like I said, I'm a Lana Del Rey fan, so I was just confused on where this came from. There's even there's even a quote from the post where she talks about like I'm fed up with people telling me that I glamorize like abuse when I'm just a glamorous person talking about the realities of like my relationships. And it just was like unnecessary. And I think to some extent Lana does get backlash for the type of music she puts out, but in no way, shape, or form is she getting the same amount of backlash that a Beyonce, a Nicki, a Meg, a Cardi get for the music that they put out. And to be completely fair, men make the same music, like glamorizing toxic relationships. If anything, I'm willing to say if you listen to R&B is nothing but people making like sense out of these very like rough relationships that they're in, and they're making good music out of it, and they still manage to get to number one. So I don't know. I think this could have been avoided. Are some people taking her post out of context? I don't know. I just don't think Lana is self-aware enough to know that she's not the right person to speak about the state of the culture when it comes to music. And I'm willing to bet that she wasn't even thinking on a racial like standpoint. I think she was just name dropping women who have all been on like the top charts, and she wasn't even thinking that, hey, most of these women are black women or women of color who experience a lot more backlash than you ever will experience. Lana Del Rey's career is still thriving from my understanding. She's about to come out with like what, a book of poems and a new album. She's going to be fine. If she doesn't like the industry, she needs to take a stance against the industry, not her fellow artists that are also in this same industry who are probably receiving more backlash than you will ever receive. I'm just putting this out because I felt not too strongly about it, but I thought it was a little odd. Like I said, I do think she had interesting points in her post, but I just think she opened up the entire response wrong. Like there was no way, there was no reason for you to insert other female artists into your argument. Because when you get halfway down to like paragraph number 2, it seems like she's kind of taking shots at them. Like, now they're done doing this. Can I go back to making all the music I make? Sis, no one said you couldn't make that music. You can still make the music you want to make. If you want to make the same music that Cardi and Nicki and Beyonce are making, you can do that too. But that's not what you're going to do because that's not who you are. Like, Lana, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Like I said, I think this is a classic case of like, hate the player. I mean, hate the game, don't hate the player. Like, her issue is with the music industry, and she needs to take it up with the music industry. There was no reason to insert other women into your argument, especially women who, like I'm not even the biggest Beyonce fan, but she caught hell for that NFL performance. She caught legit hell. I mean, oh my god, look at someone like a Janet Jackson who, like, has she even had an apology yet? And she performed at a Super Bowl like what, over like 2 decades ago? Like I don't even know. Like, it's been so long. So hopefully, with all the backlash Lana is receiving, that maybe she'll have some introspection and she'll really think about what she said. If not, I don't know. It just comes off like she wanted to have an issue with something. I can only imagine how frustrating it is for people to call your music glamorizing abuse, because that's not something to take lightly. However, she's going to make music about the experiences that she's had, and it seems like Lana finds herself in a lot of emotionally and physically abusive relationships. And that's the music she's gonna make. And you should allow Beyonce, Cardi, Nicki, Meg, and all them to make the music that they want to make. And if she has an issue, she has an issue with the industry, not those women. I think moving forward, she just shouldn't do this again, or she should have someone maybe proofread her work first, because the whole post is kind of everywhere. Like, one minute she's talking about the industry, the next minute she's talking about being a feminist, and then she talks about how she's going to donate money to like this Native American foundation, and I'm just like, sis, what are we talking about? I didn't even know she had an album coming out soon. Like, I don't know. I think this is just some like PR stunt. I don't fucking know. But that's my opinion on Lana Del Rey. I do encourage you to please go to her page and just read it for yourself. Also, be sure to find me on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. I'll have all my links below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.